Well, India's air show, Aero India, will be held in the first week of February at the Yelahanka Air Force Station outside of Bengaluru. The three-day event will be scaled down in response to the COVID-19 pandemic and will be the first air show that will be held since the COVID era. Maya Sharma reports.
We're at the Yelahanka Air Force Base on the outskirts of Bengaluru, where work is in progress for the 13th edition of Aero India. The show began first in 1996, held every 2 years since then, but this year it's going to be very, very different. Preparations are on here in the inaugural area, but this is going to be the first air show off the COVID area and the first hybrid show. There will be people on the ground, but there will be much more online activity, whether it's in terms of conferences, whether it's in terms of participation. It's going to be a hybrid show. But right now in this inaugural area, preparations on for Aero India 2021. This is the area from which invitees will be able to watch the air display, the highlight, of course, of any air show. And something very unusual this year will be a combined display by the Sarang and the Surya Kiran teams. Not done before, it will be a joint display this time round. But in some sad news for the members of the public who love to flock here in the thousands on normal years, there will not be that kind of admission this time round in Aero India 2021. Because of COVID, it's not the same kind of public access as used to be there in previous years. But this is where people who are invited will be able to watch the air display. The last edition saw a huge fire in the parking lot in which hundreds of cars were burnt. The attempt now is to make sure that all the areas involved in the air show are actually grass-free. This is, of course, the COVID area, and sanitization and sanitizers are a huge part of Aero India as it is elsewhere. This area is actually an aircraft hangar that is being modified to have stalls where people, delegates, people who have come here will actually have their stalls in order to present what they wish to say to the others who have attended Aero India 2021. An enormous hangar being converted at this moment in order to house stalls. And so Aero India 2021 will be a much scaled down show in this era of COVID, but the show will go on. With Govind Murthy, Maya Sharma at the Yelahanka Air Force Station in Bengaluru for NDTV. Aero India coming up soon in a changed world. Joining us, Air Commodore Shailendra Sood. This is Aero India like never before. It's the 13th edition. But there'll be a lot of changes. What are the main changes we're going to see?
Yeah, it's a unique and special Aero India edition this time. This is the first Aero India that is going to be conducted in the COVID era.
Yes.
This is also the first time that an Aero India would be in the hybrid mode.
Okay.
This is also the first time that the Chief of Air Staff Conclave would be concurrently conducted while the Aero India is in progress.
Wow. So will that be fewer visitors then? Of course, it was a big draw for the public. What does it mean for the public who wanted to see the air displays?
The air display, only 3,000 people would be permitted in the at the area, only for the air display. As far as the exhibition and the static display is concerned, this Aero India edition, I'm sorry, is not open for the public.
Not open for the public. That is a reality of the COVID world. How many aircraft are we going to see on both static and flying displays?
As of now, as on date is about 63, but
aircraft.
the numbers may vary depending on how many finally register and come.
Okay, and countries' participation, is that finalized yet? How many countries will be there?
Not yet finalized.
It was still being worked out.
It is still being worked out.
Of course, last time there were very unfortunate incidences, the accident and also the fires, the cars catching fire. What precautions have been taken to make sure?
This time we've been at it. We've been working as a team along with the state government of Karnataka,
Yes.
the fire services and Indian Air Force.
What kind of business do you see being generated? Do you see this as a chance to really kind of get some more contracts in?
Yes,
You do
there is enough
hope
chance
that, yes.
because it's open to the business delegates,
Yes.
and of course people who are not able to come would also be able to interacting with others through the medium of media.
And what's the sense of excitement like? Because this is a very different Aero India.
Yes, we are all excited, and I'm sure each Indian is excited about it to host, and especially in Bangalore, people are excited to host Aero India in Bangalore.